Hi, hello
Hi,
everybody.
hello.
Welcome. We're here for another Tech Talk, and today we have Arlete Ribeiro with us, a Scrum Master at Neotalent, and she's going to talk about the topic Being Agile. And by the way, Neotalent is one of the exhibitor companies at Tech Job Sphere Lisbon, which is going to take place on September 29th. So coming up soon. Arlete, how are you doing? Tudo bem?
Hello, how are you? I'm okay, I'm well. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for coming. And we're going to have this talk for 20 minutes approximately. So I would like to start. It's not a lot of time for the topic, but let me start by asking you, would you please like to further explain your role and what you do exactly, Arlette, please?
Hi, yes, my role in Neotalent is as a Scrum Master, and I currently work in a company, an insurance company called Fidelidade, where I'm a Scrum Master and also a Agile Transformation Agent.
Very good. Okay, so that was a brief introduction. And so now more on the topic. Let me ask you then, what is a mindset? What would you say?
Okay, starting here with what is a mindset? Well, I done some research and I found out that a mindset is a set of beliefs that shape how we make sense of a situation or a subject. It influences how we think, feel, and behave in a given situation. So, is that how we act, react, and think is an attitude and a behavior that can be observed. It's an usual opinion, not just one time opinion. Is the same
Mhm.
opinions that we give is kind our mind is set in a certain way, and how we act and behave and our attitude is formed is based on our previous experiences. So this is a very empirical sense.
Very good. And so, what is exactly an agile mindset?
Well, an agile mindset, as I said, is a set of attitudes that supporting an agile working environment. This includes respect, collaboration, improvement, learning cycles, pride in ownership, focus on deliver value, and the ability to adapt to changes. A mindset is something that we can observe. An experienced person in agile, when they enter in an agile environment, they can see it, they can feel it. It's this behavior that we see how the people are collaborating, how the people react when there are different opinions.
Mhm.
Um, if they try to understand and listen to what others are saying, if this is a safe space to say, I don't know everything. This
Mhm.
is a space to learn from experience and failure. And this mindset must start from the top, from the leaders. The leaders must lead by example and set a culture in the organization, so that the agile mindset take roots and be a foundation.
Very good. Interesting point. That um, brings me to the next question. So, how do you become agile? This is not something that you can achieve overnight, right?
Right. Okay. How we become agile? It's the same way that we do when we start something new. We start by doing things, and what we do matters. No?
Mhm.
There's no doubt about it that we're gonna start agile by doing agile, doing things. But in agile, there is an important thing that is we know why we do something. We know why we do what we do. imagine it's like being in a pyramid, and in this pyramid, the top of the pyramid is the practices of agile. That is the part that doing agile, when we put at work the frameworks, Scrum, Kanban, Safe, wherever, and this practice needs a good foundation to be support on, and these foundations are the agile values and agile principles in the Agile Manifesto. So we start become agile when the mindset in this foundation, for all the things that we do, we start building up this foundation, and then we can do good agile. We become agile when the practices that are in the top of the pyramid are aligned with the foundation that are the agile values and principles. So this implies to be agile and not just do agile.
Right. Yeah. So you were talking about that before. Yeah. Being versus doing, right?
Doing.
Uh,
Yeah, right.
Very good. And so, next question. How do we expand our mindset around agile values and principles?
Well, this is a topic that is not a new topic. Everybody that is in the agile world knows the agile values, but it's important that we set this foundation and then our mindset in these four values. This doesn't mean that in agile we don't value other things. It just means that we value more some things over other things. And I will start with the value that we value more individual and interactions over process and tools. This is, well, we all understand that a project are complete by people, not by process and tools. So we take the people first approach. We're
Mhm.
looking at things from the team perspective. We want the teams to be self-directed, self-organized, empowered, to often take risks to solve problems, to build courage to do the right thing, even when if they fail, they feel safe and not be finger pointed or blame. And this builds trust because we know that we are collaborating together to solve a problem together. And from a management perspective, here the management must take a servant leadership mindset. The leaders must help the team to achieve the goal, removing obstacles, to create a team that is responsible, so can chase after the value. That is the most important thing, and make the changes that are necessary to achieve this value. So to face the communication is preferable the way of work together, and we build from that. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
A next value is a very interesting one too. That is, we value more working software over comprehensive documentation. And
Okay.
what this means, remember, people don't use documentation, people use software,
Mhm.
and there is no value in something until this is done and delivered. And I take a little further and I say is used by someone. That is
Mhm.
when we achieve the value. And we are value driven. So when we start doing something, we always make this question: how can I get something of value, something usable, testable, experience into the hands of our users? And how early and often can I do it? And the way that we put this question in the way that we resolve this is by doing things in building things in iterations in a progressive fashion way, by starting to doing the things that we know that we can do to resolve that problem. and then we going to put that in the hand of a user and learn from it. And in these iterations we receive feedback and know, and then we can learn more, we know more, so we can do more and achieve a new value. And that make us always be value driven and do the right thing. And where I'm saying work is after over comprehend documentation, that means that we don't do documentation. We do documentation, we do the minimal documentations for the teams to have to know how to develop the product. Okay, and the measures here in Agile is the progress in complete software that works. So teams are focused to get things done that actually works, not just doing things, you know,
Not just because, right?
not just because, but just to get value of things, not just doing things. Another value that we uh, value more is the customer collaboration over a contract negotiation. And this is important because it's more important to do the right thing to being right. Okay, and there's a big difference between the two. When we have a contract and we do everything that is in that contract, we are being right. But did we do the right thing? Well, to for us to know that we need the customer collaboration, and this collaboration is a partnership that is made in the team to achieve the same goal. So the team, the business, the marketeers, the client are in a close collaboration with the same value driven focus. Okay, this way of work, um, to know that you are doing the right work and the right thing, involves trust. Because we are going to welcome changes and because we're more concerned in doing the next right thing. This means that we are focused in doing the right work and we do it together in a partnership, and not making sure that every letter of a contract is met. You see, this is a big difference. And then the last and also very important value that we have is that it's more important responding to change over following a plan. And this is very important. You know, everybody knows that there are no perfect plans. No matter how much time and how much detail you put on making a plan, the plan will fail, and we know that. So here in a child mode, we focus in deliver as soon as often as possible. Uh, so we focus in the value and in the collaboration, and we know that we going to make a new plan, so we not be restrained by a plan that we make in the first moment. This means that we plan for the first thing that we're gonna do, and with the best knowledge that we have in this moment, and we plan to replan because we know that will be changes, so we will need to look again to our plan and replan it, and we start doing this by iterations. Okay, it's an adaptative mindset to put something of value and their experience, learn and adjust. It's a plan to learn and adjust. So there is an important concept that we need to grab here. Yeah, is this: we don't know everything up front. What we thought we knew can change, and we have to willing to have this change even at the last moment, because we are focused in chase value, in bring value.
Definitely, definitely. That's a very good way to sum it up. I like how you actually mention quite often the words trust and collaboration. So in the end, like you said, it's not a lot of new concepts here, but it's a new way of working and putting them working all together, right? I think it's a very interesting topic. We are approaching our last questions, so I have a few more here, and that would be, what is then the key, in your opinion, to being agile?
Okay. The key to be an agile is to apply the values and the principles in the very consistent and permanent way. This is getting a mindset in the values and the principles. Not just to resolve some problem or in some subject, but do this constantly and apply into everything that we do. So if we have the business working with the developer team in a daily basis, they focus in the next right thing to do. If this team is focused in getting working software done and delivered as early and often as possible, and if we use the feedback from the customer and use these feedback loops to improve and focus in value, if we do these things, we are being agile, because we are starting with the knowledge that we know. We are putting that knowledge and that solution as quickly and as often then as possible, and we are taking the feedback from the client and learn from it. And so the next iteration that we do, it's with more knowledge and with more value. And this is how we doing and being agile.
Very good. So we have a couple of minutes left. So I take the opportunity to ask the very last question that we had here. And then our tech talk will be ending after this. I thank everybody, by the way, for being here and listening to this tech talk today. So let's go to the last final question. In your opinion, what are the biggest challenges in becoming agile then? Adelaide, what would you say?
Okay. When we are trying to become agile and being in an agile company, the biggest challenge that I experience is the change, because we are human beings. We don't like that much to change things. We like to do things the way that we are used to do it, and this agile transformation needs to make a change in the way that we normally do things. Here we give more importance to the value, to the interactions, to the working software, and this is a new way of working that needs to have courage. People have to have courage to say, I don't know this. I will try it, but I don't know what the end result is. It is need courage to accept that what we did will take changes. It needs focus in doing the right thing and deliver often, not taking 3 years to do something and then put it out and then discover that we are a little bit in the left side of things and not in the
Right.
center of things, you know. And this is a very difficult thing to do, because um, people have to change the way they do it, and they have to change not just the way they do it, but the way they think. They have to change the mindset and put it not only what my set of skills. I know, but being in a team with all the new skills that I can be a port on and give to the team. And another difficulty is that in big companies, and most in the big companies, is that this means that the culture of this company must change too, and that is very difficult to do because the leadership must change. They must be servant leaders. They must be open and very transparent in the message that they do to the company, and they must have a very clear set of values that we have to have in the company to build this trust, to have these communication channels that are necessary, and it must be to so the leadership must also empower people and believe that they are there to the best ability that they have to do the next right thing. And this is very difficult to change these behaviors and to achieve this leadership that is servant leadership.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. So
So did you finish your last answer?
yes,
Sorry
yes,
about
did I?
that.
Yes.
So okay, here
Those
we are.
those are the two main difficulties there
Very good.
in the bringing a
Very good.
child.
Sorry about that. I had a technical issue here, first time. So again, I had to replan my plan. So I was listening to you. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry for that. Adelaide and
That's
everybody,
okay.
thank you. We were approaching the end anyway. I would just like to say, everybody, once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, Adelaide. You did great. And everybody,
Thank
do
you.
not forget, Neotalent will be exhibitor partner at Tech Jobs Fair in Lisbon, taking place Thursday, the 29th of September. So do come by if you want to talk to Neotalent's team members, and maybe you're looking for a job. I'm sure they have several interesting positions open. Adelaide, thank you. Have a good day, everybody. This is the end of our talk. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you, everybody.
Bye bye.